What's happening, people? So today it's going down. Today's a special video. It's always a special video because I'm talking to you. Okay, so top secret mission. I just got the email. So I didn't want to do this video if I didn't get the email and you know, I didn't get an address. So today, that's right, this video is about the Maserati MC20. As you guys can see, I'm wearing my Maserati hat today. Yes, I am in the Maserati, but I'm not driving the Maserati to this location. We're going in the Lambo. The Lambo is back. You guys may not have known this because I had all the videos. I didn't mention it. But I was taking care of two things on the Lamborghini, and one of the issues, I went to India, whatever, a shop that deals with exotic cars, to check out this piece. Sorry guys, sorry, y'all gotta forgive me. Had the music playing in the back. I'm not sure y'all heard what I just said. Let me repeat. Today, we're gonna go check out the Maserati MC20 in a super private preview for, you know, what do they call us? Elite VIPs. Now, your boy made it to the Elite VIP. Now, some people said, well, Chris, why do you go and service your car at the dealership, right? Why do you go and now granted, there's some things that I'm not gonna do at the dealership, but why do you go to the dealership every once in a while to service your car? Why do you keep that relationship? Because it's all about relationship building. I'm gonna do a video for you guys on one of the biggest values in having exotic car ownership. And one of those things is today, because of my relationship with Maserati Ferrari here in New York, and because I've made connections with the people in there, they all know what my goals are, right? So they literally, you know what my next car is gonna be. We went through the whole process, starting with this car, then getting the next car, all the way up to me eventually getting an F12, which is one of my dream cars. Got to get that V12 in my life. I just need that. Then they did something crazy and came out with an MC20 trying to mess the game up. So they said that unless you see the car in person, you won't get the effect, which I can understand because anyone who owns a Gran Turismo understands what I'm saying. In the pictures, depending on your color or whatever, the car may look good, but most of the times, 100% of the time, when you see the car in front of you, there's a presence in front of you. It leaves a bigger impact. You take a look at pictures, it's good, right? You'd be like, oh yeah, whatever. But for people who don't own these cars, you should just not talk about it, because you know what it is when you go to the car show and you see it in front of you, you go, okay, I see why that car was what it is, okay? So, went a little longer than I wanted to begin. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna drive to this location. Now I'm not sure where it is. I've never been to this location. I don't even know if it's a house, I don't know what it is. But what we are gonna do is see the MC20 today up close and personal. I have a 30-minute preview. I don't even know what that means because I know we're not driving the car, so I don't know what I'm gonna get 30 minutes with the car by myself. I don't even know what that means. So we're gonna check it out, and I'm hoping that this video I'm able to give you guys some serious regular dude perspective on this MC20 and why I think you should get it and why I think you shouldn't get it based on what I see in front of me, okay? So we're about to get to it. Bear with me, y'all. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. I'm out. See y'all in a couple minutes.
to change on. Defeated by the dreams and the memories we've made, to see it crashing out the skies like a tidal wave down on me. Walking alone on the coldest night, there's nothing I can ever say to change your mind. I gotta live without your love, we've said goodbye. There's nothing I can ever say to change your.
Welcome back. I told you something was gonna happen. Now, first of all, I had no clue where the location is. We had the address. It was in the boonies. It was very hard to find it. It was a little tiny area you had to make a right turn in to even see the place, okay? Crazy mansion. I think the property was worth about $20 million. So Maserati did it right, okay? $20 million property, amazing grounds. Put the Maserati MC right in the middle of that bad boy, and then let us get to work. They had great drinks, great espresso, but the car in person, let me tell you guys right now, until you see that car in person, don't prejudge it yet, okay? I know that the images, you're like, oh, it doesn't look, listen. The thing that you can't see in person is the way the back opens up. So think about, I have to use this example, right? Like a female that has curves, right? That's thick, she has the right curves in the right areas, right? Not too much, not too little, but if you look at her a certain way, you can say, I don't know if that balances, but then if you look at her in another outfit, it's like, oh, I see it, right? You have to see it because the way the car is on different angles, in person, you see how wide the car is, you see how solid it is, you see how it shapes, it kind of goes down and then opens up towards the back end. Obviously, you see the butterfly doors when they're opened up, it really balances it out. And this wasn't even like the crazy package that they offer. So obviously, you know, there's upgrades. You can get way more carbon fiber on the car. You can get way more Alcantara. You can get way more suede, forged carbon. I mean, so the carbon is just crazy. You can do a lot of stuff to the interior, the colors that they're gonna have, the options, the combinations. You're gonna be able to put together a special car that goes 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. Now they're saying 0 to 60 is like 2.8. One of the guys there was like, hey, you know, they've tracked it at around 2.6. I'm like, really? But they're not going to make that official. They put the lights on, and they didn't allow us to record when they put the lights on because believe it or not, it's potentially something they may change by the time people actually get their cars, including the dashboard. So the dash, they're looking to make some more adjustments. They want to make it a more drastic impact, so that's happening. The exhaust looks great. It's not as low as the Lamborghini, which surprised me because I thought it would be lower just because I would look, but it really wasn't. So that was pretty cool. But man, showstopper in person. Once again, right combination of colors. The exhaust. Now I was a little bit, I don't know if the exhaust is gonna sound good. When you're standing next to the car, the exhaust does sound better. Now, yes, is it like this Maserati here, this Gran Turismo, one of the best exhausts in the game, period. And anybody who says stock exhaust, remember, didn't do anything extra to the car, it came like this, right? Just like how will Beyonce say something about I showed up like this, or whatever, right? Whatever she said. I woke up like this. That's how the Maserati was. The Maserati Gran Turismo woke up like this. Now here's something interesting. I thought the MC20 was replacing this Gran Turismo that I'm in. It turns out, and this is from my Maserati people, they're actually revising this car. So they're actually coming out with the Gran Turismo Part 2, if you will. So when she told me that, I'm like, wait a minute. If you're bringing this car back 2.0 version, I'm not buying an MC20 yet. I got to see what y'all do with this, because I love this car. So if you're telling me that y'all can keep a lot of the essence of this car and increase the horsepower and keep that same exhaust note that I got, and potentially even keep these seats for the kids, hey, that's the one I'm getting, because that fits where I am in life, right? So Maserati has some exciting things happening. They got the MC20 that launched. They have the upgrade to this coming out. They obviously refurbished the entire line, so all the other cars have upgrades. You can see it from the exterior. The new engines are there. The Maserati engines are in there. So you got a lot happening in Maserati. And then they're coming out with the Alfieri, I believe it is. That's still in the work. So that's not on the chopping block for all my people that have been paying attention. You guys know which car I'm talking about. They didn't tease us. It's still in the game, but they're waiting to drop it, from what I understand. So in person, from what I've heard, everything across the board, does it fit the bill to get you what you need from an exotic car, hypercar? Yes. Gives you the speed, gives you the performance, and there's going to be an option for the exhaust note, from what I heard, to make it more aggressive. So that's also pretty good, right? So yeah, I'm on the fence, and the reason I'm on the fence is because they just told me they're upgrading the car that I love. I don't know, right? So I don't know. So for Maserati people, I'm gonna keep y'all posted. I'm gonna keep y'all updated on it. My deposit is on hold, meaning it's there. They got the deposit, but it's on hold because I can put it towards anything else. You guys don't know this, but quick story. This car here, I saw this car when it came out, 2008, 2009. I went there and I put $1,000 down. I said, I'm getting this car. I put $1,000 down at the same dealership that I work with now. I bought this model. This is 2011. Because that was the year that they made this particular model with certain upgrades. They didn't do it to all the other cars, which was pretty interesting. And I got this car 2011. And when I bought this car, I had that deposit was with them for almost 8 years. It took me almost not 8 years. Yeah, it's about 8 years to get me my Maserati. And they ended up taking the $1,000 that I put there. They honored it. So just so you guys know, like, you could really, I committed. I knew I was getting this car. I didn't know how at the time, but I came and I said, hey, I'm getting this car. And I put a deposit down and said, hey, we'll work with you. That's what I mean, building a relationship with a brand that understands. They want to work with you, which was pretty dope for me. So now, obviously, putting a deposit now is nothing because I did it already. And I don't know which car I'm going to get from them, but the deposit is there. And then they already told me, they've already, just so you guys know, an update. If I traded this car in without what I did, they're literally only giving me $20,000 for the car. So just so you guys know, this 2011, I have 28,000 miles on it. I bought this with just under 7,000, just so you guys know. And if I brought it back in just regular trade-in, I was only gonna get about 20,000 from the car because of what I did. Because of what I did. I want you guys to hear this. Listen. So the boys, so he's not crazy. They're giving me double that in value, $40,000. Now, yes, granted, it's not a lot, but it's a hell of a lot for anybody else that got a Maserati and knows the struggle of the depreciation. So I'm getting $40,000 if I were to trade it in. Also, this is paid off, so I don't have any payments on this. Okay, so that's another thing. So I would get a full $40,000 that I could put towards. So once again, this only works if I go to them and we continue the process, because they know my goal is to eventually get an F12. So they're working with me. Next rank, next rank. That's the whole car credit thing. So the next car I qualify for is between 150 and 210, which is pretty dope. I've come a long way from 30,000. I just want to put that out there. So MC20 I can afford, but it's in that car credit range if I move. But then I got $40,000 if I trade this in, plus whatever my down payment. So let's say I have 20,000 plus that 40, it's $60,000 that I get to use. So if I buy a car that's 150, you know, it's $90,000 that I'd be financing, you know, and the loan terms they give me is amazing. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But would I trade this in? Probably not. I love this car. I'm just letting you guys know I love it. I hope it did a good job for you guys in trying to record all this and making the magic happen. I'm getting better, but obviously I'm not a pro. This is just a guy with a camera. So like, share, subscribe, send me your questions. Maybe I didn't answer stuff about the car, and I'll do my best to answer them. But super jacked to be on the list, and I hope that I did as good a job at getting you guys to see this car in its glory as best as one man could. You guys be good. Once again, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Peace.